Then everybody, well, I had an idea to do a tips and tricks video. Well, I didn't have the idea. I got the idea. I don't want to take credit for that. That's not my idea. It was Rex something something something. I can't remember. I just read the comment. But oh my god, that is just a mean looking. Let's get that off the screen. It gave me fucking nightmares. But well, this is my first face cam in a while, so hi. But so this is basically I'm gonna go through all the dinosaurs that I've used in the past and just basically share with you guys what my tips and tricks were, what my thought process is when it comes to me using them. And we're gonna start from right. Um, we're gonna start with somebody that I've used on the daily when it comes to we're gonna start with lentil chops. Okay, now do I advise people to use lentil chops if you're up where I am? Somewhat, yes, but at the same time, you got to be careful. If you do use them though, make sure you boost the living hell out of his attack and moderately boost his speed. Make sure you can always keep him faster than a Thor or a Trichosaurus, and make sure he can pack a punch too. Because you can, if a Trichosaurus gets switched in against an Antilochops, or anything that's sort of like a Trichosaurus. If you have Antilochops and you're in the lower arena, that's another place I definitely recommend using him because he's immune to deceleration, which means if you boost the shit out of Antilochops' speed, he'll always be able to do a shattering rampage or a decelerating impact. And he has mutual fury. So if something does end up being faster than you, you can go for mutual fury and he can get faster and give himself an attack boost. So I definitely would always recommend using Antilochops. Antilochops is just one of those things that you just got to use when you're in the lower arenas. I can't really say anything about the legendaries because all of them I don't really mess with. I do like Dilophoboa though. Dilophoboa is if I was to use Dilophoboa, it would be for the same way I would use Titanoboa, just for the on escape evasive strike. Not really the on escape evasive. No, I mean Spina Constrictor, the on escape evasive strike, which makes basically if you have something's health down low enough and you have Dilophoboa out, they're faced with do I switch out or do I try to take on Dilophoboa? And because Dilophoboa, unlike Spina Constrictor, still has its sidestep, it it holds a better chance of taking on stuff that can either stun, stuff that can do high damage. And it constantly has a venomous counter. So no matter what it is, unless it's Quadrarian, then it won't be immune to distraction, and you're basically gonna have its distraction. Blech, its attack. It's kind of trash the video I'm doing right now. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it's kind of trash. But hey, tips and tricks, tips and tricks. This guy right here, he's really good. He's really good. What you would want to do with him is just literally, absolutely floor it with his health, and then whatever remains, put it into attack. He doesn't really need speed too much because he's not really going to be outspeeding anything that matters that much. Like, yeah, he can outspeed a Thor, but my main use for this guy would be Quetzorian, just mainly Quetzorian, because of his definite impact and his swap and stunning strike. He's immune to basically everything that you would need him to be immune to. Shit, I really have not been feeling too good. Not for a couple of while. Oh, well, there's not enough water in it. I'll be right back. Bought my mom a water cooler, and now everybody uses the water cooler. Yeah. Good day, motherfuckers. It's a good while. Whew. And another good thing about this guy is that he isn't too easily countered. So, I mean, saying that I've beaten him with my eyes closed, but what I mean by that is that, like, when it comes to stuff like swap inners, he can't be stunned, which means another mono or rhino can't necessarily be used against it unless it's faster. And he's good for combating Dracoceratops because he has the armor to withstand the rend, along with his 50% rend resistance. So Mono Rhino is definitely one of those uniques I recommend leveling up. Saying that, I didn't know I had DNA for him, so there we go. 40! Holy crap, I wasn't expecting that. Well, only 100 more. We can level him up. Speaking of that, I need to start doing some pops of Mono Metrodon. I didn't even know I was out of his DNA. Now, for annoying prick 101, this little bitch right here is president. So, Toro Moloch is one of those things where if you want to stall and shit like that, you definitely should use Toro Moloch. One, it will always be faster than you, no matter what. No matter what. You can have a fully speed boosted Thorador. You can have a fully speed boosted Trichosaurus. You can even have a fully speed boosted Indoraptor. One move from this little shit, and it's faster than you, no matter what you do. It literally should be labeled as the fastest thing in the freaking game, for Christ's sake. But that's his moveset. Now, my move, the way I would do it is I would group accelerate, of course, then go for the lesser group heal, group accelerate again, superiority. No, actually, it depends on what you're going up against. Group accelerate again, greater emergency heal, superiority strike, group accelerate, lesser group accelerate, and just keep on going on and on and on and on and on. That's how I would do it. I mean, of course, a lot of other people do it the other way, and you'll always be able to get a hit in against something like a Thor because this thing, ever so conveniently, is immune to okay, good. I was about to say, is immune to speed decrease and stun, which means, like I said, it's always going to be faster than you. Always. So Toro Moloch is another great unique. If you like stalling and bleeding, not even stalling, just basically if you like purely hitting and running, and you're going up against something that does not have defense shadowing capabilities, Stygidarix is right up your alley. Because Stygidarix, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I got wrecked a few times by this guy. Maybe it was a month and a half ago. Oh my God. Let me see if I can... Guys, tell me if you can see that thing on the screen. That thing is scary. Oh, God, that's freaking... Alright, but, as I was saying, Stygidarix is, it gets all of its defensive capabilities from its, Stygimoloch ancestor, along with, Darwinopterus. Darexopterus, I should say. But what I'm saying is that basically this thing will always be able to switch out. And if you give it a lot of attack, it can switch in sometimes and then do a big hit, slowing down whatever you're going up against, and nothing can switch out against it, so they would have to be taking that bleed. What I don't recommend, because I don't think he has any immunities, never mind. He's perfect for taking on Gripplith. Perfect for taking on Gripplith. So if you guys want to take on Gripplith, this guy's right up your alley as well. Just make sure you play him right so Gripplith doesn't get any hits off on him. Alright. People. Not now, buddy. Not now, I'm sorry. Okay, oh yes, this guy. Allosaurus. He's basically an armored Thorador. And is actually a bit faster. So if you want something like Thor with armor and faster, He's right up your alley. Because I have gone up against this guy a couple times. Thank the Lord I have had something with defense shattering or just with a lot of attack, Utarnix, um, and distraction. So basically, what you would want to use against this guy is stuns and distraction, and just be faster than it. You want to always be able to get the first hit in against this guy, because the first hit it gets will be devastating, and if you don't get a first hit in on it, it then will go for his instant charge, and 9 times out of 10 it will kill you. So do make sure you have something counter Allosaurus. Now some of these I'll just list them off. I've never ever faced this thing, so I wouldn't really know how to counter it. But my way to counter it is from what I'm looking at right here, Indoraptor 2, or something that has precise attacks. Or Stegosaurus. Stegosaurus will be a perfect counter for this, because Stegosaurus has a lot of resilient attacks and has armor to withstand big hits that this thing would be dishing out. Now, I don't really recommend Thylacutator. Everybody's been saying it's so good, it's so good. I don't really see it, to be honest. Because everyone that I've come across, if my thing wasn't already on extremely low health, has been rinsed. It's very rare that this thing rinses me. But if you are to use it, the best thing to switch it in against is an Ardentis Maxima, because it is immune to speed decrease, which means unless this Ardentis Maxima is an extremely fast one, then 9 times out of 10 you're going to be faster than it, and you're going to be able to get a distraction off, unless it goes for Resilient Strike, and which 9 times out of 10 they do. And what do you call it? Go for the maiming wound. And if you just so happen to survive, 9 times out of 10 they don't, then you go for your ending takedown, boom, dead. So, if anything to use Thylacutator for, I'd use it, but I don't feel like putting boosters into it. If you want to use it against anything, just use it against Ardentis Maxima. But make sure if you are going to use it against Ardentis Maxima, give it a lot of health, because that's what this thing sorely needs: health. It doesn't need attack, because it's bleed and rend, like it speaks for it. So don't give it any attack. Just floor it with health, and whatever remains, just give it to speed. Megalosuchus is another good one. Megalosuchus is basically just good for wrecking a lot of shit. And with its emergency heal, it can heal itself. If you have a root velocity strike, it'll fully heal itself. If you're going up against something like an Allosaurus, Megalosuchus, majority of the time can take it on. So it's pretty good. Carnotaurus is sort of like a slightly less armored Stegosaurus with a rending counterattack and distraction, and a longer shield. So between Carnotaurus and Stegosaurus, I would have to go with Stegosaurus, just because Stegosaurus has just so much more health than Carnotaurus. And attack, actually, if I gotta be honest. But in terms of this thing, it is really good because of its rending counter. I have gone up against this thing a few times in the Lockwood Library, and he's a pretty tough cookie. This thing, which, mind you guys, only manages to show up when I don't have Thordor with me. Make sure you have half your team is made up of things that have defense shattering capabilities. Me, the Preventator, Graphicutus, Thordor, and I feel like there's one more. Dracoceratops. Make sure you at least half your team is filled up with defense shatterers if you face up against these a lot, because 50% armor. Without defense shattering, it's going to take a lot of hits to kill this thing, and those lot of hits are basically going to be null and void, because it has Ding and Taunt and Taunting Bellow, both of which add to its already insane health and defense. So, Sadie. You know, bitch, your eyes are open. I can see, Sadie. Probably, her eyes are open. That's the pisses me off. She's looking straight at me. Get up, you asshole. You see me. Come here. Come on. Come around. Everybody hears me yell at you all the time. Come here. Sadie, bring your ass around. Sadie, over here. Over here. Come on. Everybody hears me yell at you all the time, but nobody's ever really seen you. Come here. Here we go. Here we go. Say hi to people. You big stupid. It is my Sadie. You're getting old, boo. You're getting old. Oh, this boo. Yeah. This right here, guys, is a little snoring, adorable little bundle of that snores whenever I'm recording at night, right? Yeah, that's you. It's always you. All right, Sadie. I love you too. I love you too. All right, you can go sit up right down now. She's looking at me like, thank you, bitch. But where were we? Ah, god damn it! I have this freaking knot in my back. It freaking hurts. Like I said, I wish I had a freaking chiropractor. God damn, it hurts. But oh, we can take a pop for this guy, but I'm not gonna do that because I'm already extremely low on Melania DNA, and I might be getting close to Antelania. I never know. So yeah, so basically, if you guys are if you guys don't go up against defense shatterers very often, and he is a slightly good counter for Quetzorian as well. Matter of fact, he's a very good counter for Quetzorian because he can stall against Quetzorian, and Quetzorian can't dish full damage attacks like this little shit always does, unless of course it just spams Crafty Strike, which a lot of them do. But if a Quetzorian goes for a nullifying rampage against you guys, this thing could tank that hit. So if you guys need something to destroy Quetzorian, he's right up your alley. And guys, this is the once in a lifetime opportunity for this video because I will let you go ham and say how I was wrong about everything, and I won't say anything back. Yeah. So go crazy, Molten Rage, Brianna, and all y'all. I'm playing. You know I love you all. But we got a little bit of ways to go. Imus Ethereum, I really don't use him that often, so I can't say anything about him. This guy, to be honest, fell off majorly fell off. He's always immune to a swap prevention, but what is that really going to do for it? It's just as much as a glass can as it used to be. But if you guys need bleeders, Spinotasuchus is definitely where you want to go to. He actually, now that I think about it, is the fastest bleeder in the book. Because he was here before Vexus. So he is the fastest bleeder in the book, other than Vexus, who actually can pile bleeds on. No. Technically speaking, Vexus isn't even a bleeder because she can't start off with a bleed right off the bat. So this guy right here, guys, fastest bleeder in the book. If you want something that you can just bring in and automatically get a huge bleed off of, and you're always guaranteed to be faster, this guy right here is right up your alley. And if you give him enough health, he can survive some hits too. Make sure you're just not going up against the Trichosaurus that can nerf your speed. That's where you get fucked up. So, yeah. So I gotta show you this shit. Whew. All right, now we're coming up against this beauty that I wish was still on my team if it didn't fall off. Alloraptor. Now, Alloraptor is a really, 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 really good counter. Well, at least it was back when I was using it for Ardentis Maxima. It still could be because it's still immune to speed decrease. So you have a choice, guys. You can go for a rampage, doing full damage, which will be the better option to do anyway, and hope to survive. Most likely get a crit because this thing finally has a 30% crit chance. But if you want my honest opinion, guys, he's pretty OP. He could be pretty OP if used correctly. Always, pretty much always go for a rampage if you know you can survive. That's the big thing. If you know you can survive it, go for a rampage. If you don't know you can survive Thordor, then go for a cunning strike right off the bat. It's just that simple. And I actually might start fusing for this thing again because I do want to eventually use it. But I want to bulk up on my Delta DNA so that I can do one big fuse, get him to level 25, and get him back in my arena because I wouldn't mind bringing him back to my team. Oh man. Oh man, it's right here. Whew, Jesus, I'm not seeing it. Hold on. Maybe God have mercy, this man is scary. Oh my God, Caleb City is hilarious. But yeah. So guys, Alloraptor, in my opinion, one of the best ones in the game. I know he's not on the tier list, but he is one of the best ones in the game tactically. What you would want to do with Alloraptor is like pretty much just floor it with his health. And then everything remaining, put it into speed. Because now Alloraptor has Allosaurus Gen 2 type attack. For a raptor. He has really high attack for a raptor. I think even Velociraptor doesn't have this high attack at level 24. I mean, then again, it is a common, but hey, common's overpowered. Don't forget that. Remember the whole Mirror Gaia phase everybody was going through? Back when that thing was extremely overpowered. Good lord. That was just a pain in the ass, guys. You're doing so good in the battle. Mirror Gaia just comes waddling his ass right in. And I don't know why I decided to do a face cam for this video. I just, felt like, you guys wanted to see this beautiful face. Let me stop now. Also, I'm in a slightly good mood. The right people are starting to come back into my life, and everything's going good. It's going good. Well, all right. So, if you want my advice, if you're in the lower level arenas and you have the resources, invest in this guy because he will be a very good stopper for he's a very, very good stopper for Stegosaurus. Stegosaurus is a very good stopper for any tank you can think of. This guy can take down. Okay, so now let's move on to this golden prick. Now, Pure Taurus is just an annoying asshole. There's nothing more I can say about it. It's very unpredictable. You never really know what it's going to go for, to be honest. Because everything, it's either cooldown 1, cleansing strike, or instant distraction. So, what's the safe route to go for with Pure Taurus? Quadzorian, to be honest. That's the number one counter I can think of. If somebody comes up against you with an insanely high level one of these, Quadzorian. That's the best counter you can get with this guy. Granted, Quadzorian can counter half of the things in this game, but that thing cannot counter Quadzorian because Quadzorian's immune to distraction, resistant to rend, and has shield. And evasions, which Pure Taurus no longer can break through. Oh my god, they nerfed the shit out of Pure Taurus. Pure Taurus used to have precise rampage. I remember that. Now, this beauty right here, do not use it for anything else but raids. I'm sorry to say it. She's just one of those things where Don't use it for anything but raids. However, if you were to use it, Tonic Shield, straight off the bat, instant distraction, tonic shields, depending on what you're going up against. If you're going up against a Gribolith, you would go taunting shields. No. You go for you would go for tonic shields. Tonic shields, tip the scales, group distraction, tonic shields again. That's what my tactic would be. Or resilient strike. But then again, if you want to do anything with this guy, just boost his health. No, not the health. Boost his attack. The higher its health is, the more damage that Rend will do. So, don't try not to make its health too high, but give it a moderate. But give it like a good amount of attack. So that's what Schoolosaurus. Now we move on to the other chief of a-holes, Paramoloch, who, based on all of its attacks and its moves, is another one that's given a load of hell attack. If you want my advice on Paramoloch, just as Toromoloch, he's a good staller, has an instant charge as well. He's immune to speed decrease as well. No, he's not immune to speed decrease. Very good. So the best thing I could think of to counter Paramoloch is something that cannot be stunned, because that's Paramoloch's best crutch. Just something that cannot be stunned. Don't use anything that can speed decrease. Don't use anything that can distract, because it has a group cleansing strike. It has 2 cleansing moves, for Christ's sake. And basically, use something that can pack a punch with a defense shattering punch, like Trichosaurus, but just don't have all that extra shit on it. So my best counter for Paramoloch would probably have to be Magna, because Magna is immune to the shit that it has. And now here goes the one that I don't want to be talking about, Trichosaurus. Arguably the toughest thing in the freaking game. Now that it's all the reworks that Ludi has been doing with Trichosaurus has, as I've noticed, made it worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse to counter. This thing comes in with an ass load of health, ass load of attack, and no speed. So, what's my best advice for it? It has to be, there's one thing I know in this game, guys, that can pretty much almost guarantee you will always kill Trichosaurus. And that one thing, guys, you all know what I'm thinking. It's Thorodolosaur. Thorodolosaur was literally made to take him on. Because that instant charge, 8 times out of 10, I didn't say 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10 will stun it. Because it will most likely go for an instant invincibility. Or you know what, it probably actually, no, it won't. It would, because you're slower, it would try going for that rampage just so it can kill you. So if you guys want my best advice, don't even bother with a distraction. I mean, if you play it right, like I do with my Flaffy, then you can kill it. But Flaffy is the only other thing I know personally that can take on Trichosaurus, considering mine has murdered one before. A full health one, mind you. It had decent attack with it as well. But, So, yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, so Flaffy is, personally what I think is good for him. You guys, of course, can leave in the comments what you guys think is good for him. But, personally, I think Flaffy is good for taking this bastard on. Now move up to somebody who just recently left my team. Spina Constrictor. Spina Constrictor is one of the best utility dinosaurs that I've used in a very long time. because she's so unexpected when she pulls through the shit that she does. She has two moves which are excellent against everything that isn't a resilient creature. What you basically don't want to do is you don't put up Titanable. Oh wow! Don't fucking hell! Do not. There we go. Do not put Titanoboa up against a full health resilient creature because she will lose. Every last one of her moves, resilient creatures are designed to take her on. So do not put her up against a full health. Half health or very low health, yes. But full health, no. If you want my advice for Titanoboa Spider Constrictor, max it out if you can. And when you do max it out, floor it with its health. Because Titanoboa is meant for hitting back and doing a huge chunk of damage. Huge chunk. So that's what I think Spider Constrictor can do. I probably said Titanoboa like 6 times. Now, for the bane of all existence, Quadzorian. Quadzorian is one of those things that is just a reoccurring issue in my eyes. It's so fucking annoying. It's not even funny. As you guys have seen, health and attack is what basically Quadzorian needs. It does not need speed because it has sidestep. And sidestep increases its speed 10%. If you keep spamming it, there you go. You're good. It has a swap and dodge, which basically guarantees, unless it's on very low health, guarantees that. Hold on. Wow. Guarantees that it always voice crack on fleek the fuck. That it will always survive. Its moveset is pure game breaking. Nullifying Rampage with even if you have armor doesn't guarantee that you'll always survive. A crit chance on top of that. Long invincibility, which means if you got a resilient creature that isn't Ardentis Maxima, your ass better watch out. Crafty Strike, which goes through, I kid you not, literally everything except for shields. It will go through your armor, it will go through your cloak, it will go through your evasive stance. If it ain't a shield, your ass ain't safe. Even then, if you put up a shield and it does damage to Quadzorian, it will take it away automatically. So the best counter I can think of for Quadzorian is if you play it really well, Trichosaurus is the best counter in my mind that I can think of for Quadzorian. Because Trichosaurus, if you play it right, Resilient Impact can almost one-shot it. And then Rampage Resilient. That's the best way I can think of to counter it. You just gotta get rid of its Nullifying Rampage first. Like if it kills something with a Nullifying Rampage, Trichosaurus can come in, slow it down, deliver a hit. It's gonna do a sidestep so it doesn't take a full damage. But you guys just work it out how you would work it out. I think Trichosaurus would be the best. Let me know what you guys think about what I'm saying in the comments. Now, to this beautiful thing that in the near future will be coming back to my team, Magna Purator. So, Magna has been that one dinosaur who started off glass cannon and nobody wanted to use it. But as Ludia started to remaster her and start to make her better and better, I remember what Magna's dad. All of these moves, the only two original moves that are sitting in front of us right now is Nullifying and Distracting Impact. Magna Puritator used to be strictly armor piercing. But I feel like when Ludia gave it even one defense shattering move, broke Magna forever. Where if they take that away from her now, people would lose their fucking mind. But Magna is one of those things where you would love it in the middle of a battle. In the middle of a battle or the start of a battle, which is where I used to use her, which I feel kind of was a bad idea. Magna is one of those things where if it's faster in the middle of a battle, people don't expect it, too much. She comes in, delivers a distraction, delivers a rampage. Usually they're dead. But make sure you play her impacts right, because they both have a 2 cooldown, which both of them you can do back to back with a rampage, so it's still good. Now to one of the best things in the game. Yeah, you see, I'm with you there, Molten Rage. One of the best things in the game, Gemini Titan. Gemini Titan, I'm cutting off her head. I'm so sorry, sweetie. Hold on. Gemini Titan used to be, it still sort of is a prick, but it used to be an extreme pain in the ass to take care of. You all might be wondering why. Well, prior to 2.0, was it 2.0 where resistances were introduced? Yeah. Prior to 2.0, when boosts were just came out, this beautiful beauty here was immune to everything on the god known earth. So if somebody had a speed boosted Gemini Titan, you better watch out. Even now, speed boosted Gemini Titan, you better watch out. So what do I advise you do with Gemini Titan? For the first time, balance her out. Don't floor everything into health, don't floor everything into attack, and don't floor everything into speed. Give her slightly high speed, a medium attack, but give her a lot of health. Give her a lot of health, second to a lot of health second to a lot of boost when it comes to speed, and give her a lot of attack. That's what I would do. And you would play her by going for your rampage first off, always. Another thing, she has 2 rampages, for Christ's sake. Both of them have a 2 cooldown, but give Gemini Titan a lot of health. So, and she's really good for taking on Trichosaurus. Very good. So if you do space Trichos a lot, boost her attack, because she's excellent for taking down Trichosaurus. That's one thing that Gemini Titan, when she was with me, rinsed Trichosaurus. All right, now we're gonna skip ahead to this feathered shithead. Now this guy, I don't see used as often as I used to, which warms my heart. I told you, Molten Rage. I freaking told you, buddy. I told you that the use of this thing was going to vastly decrease. Basically, because what everybody used to use this guy for was an instant rampage, gone. That's what everybody used to use it for. Or just rampage, sidestep, gone. But now it's rampage, gone. Yeah, you have to wait 2 turns. Basically, Fossauria has joined the family of Bajadodon, Sonosaurus, Carbonemes, Millennia, and everything else that has devastation, and has to wait 2 turns to do another rampage. For both of them, actually, I'm quite sure. Yeah. So as soon as you go for an instant rampage, you better sidestep your living ass off. You better hope you're not going up against this Stegosaurus, because you will be rinsed. I hope I'm recording. Oh, bless the Lord, I am. And have I really been talking for 38 minutes? Good Lord, I really have. Huh. Time sure flies when you're having fun. Well, we're reaching the top of the list, so hey. Tipsy's trick. Where did I start off that I've been talking for this fucking long? I started off on Chop Chops. That's right. I'm quite sure Editor Chops just told me to stop calling it. Oh yes, guys, and if you want my advice to level up any epics, him. You guys know why? I'm not gonna say another word. Now, let's get back into this. To this guy. This guy, I low-key wish I didn't take it off my team. And I wish I had it back on. Good Lord, I have a lot of Monometrodon DNA. Monosaurus DNA. I could do a huge multi-fusion on this guy right now. Couldn't I? Not that huge. Not that huge either. Not that huge either. That's the biggest multi-fusion I could do. Well, I'm gonna have to start requesting Dimension on Gen 2. Because I want to max this guy out. Max this guy out, guys. If you want to, I would personally go for attacking speed. Because this guy is basically a buff monometrodon. A buff monometrodon. A buff magna. If you guys want something as fast as a magna that delivers a punch like a magna, but has more health than a magna, which is why he's used, because he's literally identical to magna, I'm quite sure. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, he's pretty much identical to magna in every aspect. So, if you want something that's basically just as powerful as magna, but just like a little more oomph to it, then invest in this guy, because he's definitely worth it. I have no complaints. What do I think the best counter for him is? A nice speed boost and attack boost, or a little Spix, or its cousin, Magna. That has more attack. And speed. Now, Indoraptor Gen 2. What can I say about him? He's a really good thing to finish up a battle with. That's what I would say. Like, let's say you just got, like, you're 2-2. Thorder just came in, took a hit, but then you completely one-shotted whatever you have. You can bring this guy in. 9 times out of 10, you won't be stunned. And you can go for a distracting impact, distract that Thor, and then cautious strike your ass off. Ooh, excuse me. Which next week he's going to be getting a multi-fusion, because I've been waiting to fuse for this guy. Because I do want to end up using him again. This poor baby, I don't think I've seen at all since I've taken her off my team. I've not seen Indominus Rex at all since I've taken her off my team. And I'm guessing Indominus Rex is just exhausted its use. No, I have not came up against Indominus Rex at all, guys. Well, not at all that I can remember. Because there's way too many things that can counter her. Not in the aspect of countering, but take away her best ability, Cloak. Ardent is mad. Everything that has the word resilient in front of it can counter Indominus Rex. Which means if you wanted to do anything with Indominus, nothing but attack. Don't make her faster than nothing. No. Nothing but attack. Because the majority of the time, it's going to be a Trichosaurus. So Resilient Impact is going to take that cloak right away. And even if you put a cloak up right after they do that Resilient Impact, they're going to take it all away next turn. So attack, put some speed in, and then floor it a little bit with the health. That's my advice for Indominus Rex. But I don't use her anymore, so then on to this son of a bitch, who is a wild card. He's versatile and can support, and is able to support a team. It's a prick, that's what it is. But Tanato Rex is just one of those things where if you're looking for just brute strength, he's definitely up your alley. He has literally the most attack in the game. Besides Warden Rex, Tyrannosaurus Rex. Matter of fact, I'm quite sure he has the exact same attack as T-Rex. Yeah, this thing is literally a faster T-Rex. Oh my god. So if T-Rex was at the same level as this, she would have 3,000 fucking attack. Oh my god, that is so scary. If you guys wanted to know one of my biggest fears in this arena, it's coming up against a T-Rex, to be honest. Because every time that I've came up against a T-Rex in this arena, it's been level 30, 145 speed, 145 speed? 140 something speed. And almost over 3,000 attack. But if you guys want something that you should just pack a huge punch, definitely get Tanatsu Rex. Because, like I said, 9 times out of 10, this prick gets a crit. So, now for this beauty, who did really well when she was on my team. I loved it. She did very good when she was on my team. And we'll come back to my team one day when I can level her up more. But she's one of the faster things in the game. When it comes to just base speed, she's the, what do I want to say? Third. She's in top 10 for the fastest height to get that. So if anything, boost the crap out of her speed and health. You know, I mean, attack, you can basically put whatever's remaining. What the fuck? Remaining in attack. But she's also another wild card. So she can be used against anything. Dealer Ratchet. Dealer Ratchet is one of those creatures who is, what is she technically? She's cunning. So she's good against what? Against fierce creatures. Like Thor Dolosaur. Because what I remember using Dealer Ratchet for Dealer Ratchet. I said it right. No, I said Dealer Ratchet. That's what I said. What I remember using Dealer Ratchet for is because her great emergency heal. They never knew when I was going to go for it when they were going up against me with a Thor. If you want my advice with her, guys, boost the shit out of her health first, then give her above 145 speed. That's what matters. Give her above 145 speed so she cannot be outsped by Thor. And then if you have any remaining, then, and I said remaining again, then put it into attack. But what her thing is that Thor will never land a crit on her if she's faster. Unless, of course, instant charge. But when it comes to Thor's big hits, she won't land a crit on her. And that is awesome when it comes to Dealer Ratchets. That's awesome. So if I had the boost for it and I had the resources to level her up, then I would definitely use Dealer Ratchets. If you want to be a dickhead, go ahead and use it. With him, you might not be expecting it, but give him a decent amount of speed. Give him about 135 speed. Give him up in the 130s. Don't go above 135 though. Give him a good amount of speed. Ooh. Give him a good amount of speed. Give him a nice amount of attack and floor it with the health. Now, if you guys want a another tank busting thing, mainly a tank busting when it comes to Ardentis Maxima, Suchitator is definitely your dinosaur to go to, because again, she is a wild card dinosaur. So she, as you can see with my Suchitator, has an ass load of health. And good lord, look how far my Suchitator is coming. Level freaking 28. I would have it on my team if I had didn't have a use for everybody. But basically, Gemini Titan and Gemini Titan Trichosaurus. There we go. She can be a really good counter for Trichosaurus if you play her right. You would go for lethal wound, and it would go for resilient impact, of course, off the rip. But if Trichosaurus was clever, what I would do, guys, if I was a Trichosaurus against this thing, I would go for Fierce Strike first. I would not want to waste my resilient impact, because if you guys remember, one of this thing's best moves is instant distraction, which makes it so good against so many things. So do make sure, and it's not immune to anything. So do be careful though, guys, because one thing that I have found with Suchitator is she's very, very, very prone to stuns. So do be careful with her. That's why she's a little bit of a wild card. Now we come to one of the used to be queens of this game, Indoraptor, who still is a queen. What you would want to do, guys, first off, max it out. Just max out Indoraptor. That's one thing you always would need to do with your Indoraptor. Max it out, boost the shit out of its speed, and then boost the crap out of its health. It doesn't need to attack too much, but it needs to be able to tank hits. Like, when it goes against a Thor, so how I would play it up against a Thor, it's a little risky. You would have to decide between going for Cunning Strike or going for Evasive Stance. You probably should go for Cunning Strike first, avoiding a full damage crit hit from a Thor. Then you probably would need to go for a Evasive Stance. No doubtably, they would go for Instant Charge next. Indoraptor is more of a wild card to me because Evasive Stance doesn't always work. She is immune to stun, so, you know, any stunning creature you guys go up against, she pretty much can always guarantee a hit off on it. Good lord, I have been talking for a while. But you know, it feels good to do this type of video. It feels good to like help you guys out and make you guys understand where I come from with all these creatures. And I'll do another one when I get the chance, going through non-hybrid creatures and what I think the best tactic would be for them, for all my lower level viewers. So I know I'm going through all the hybrids right now, but of course, who would want to, really? If I went through every creature in this game, guys, we'd be here for almost an hour and a half. No, almost 2 hours, actually, now that I think about it. Now, Stegodus is an extremely good thing, an extremely good creature if you're looking to 1, counter Quetzalcoatl, 2, counter anything else that's cunning, or fierce. No, not really fierce, just cunning. It's a cunning buster, basically. But Stegodus, if you're looking for health, Stegodus is definitely up your alley because it has one of the most health in the game. Like, it's one of those creatures. I'm stuttering way too fucking much. It's one of those creatures, and I was on the freaking JWA Discord. They said that I have to censor myself, so if I ever want to get considered by Ludia, I gotta tone it down with the cussing, people. I know much you guys love the cussing, but gotta tone it down. But what was I saying? But he has a decent amount of attack. But you guys know what I'm gonna say. Just go ham with the health. Go ham with the health. And do what I'm doing with Stegodus. Max it up. Because a maxed Stegodus with max health has almost 9,000 health, if I'm not mistaken. Even more, I'm quite sure. So if you guys need a health tank, definitely go for Stegodus because Stegodus, even to this day, even before he got any of his elite moves, was an amazing counter for Earl of Dominus. So if you guys have an Earl of Dominus problem, Stegodus is your dinosaur to go to. Now we get into my team. My team. If you want to be a dick face, speed boost Thor. If you don't want to be a dick face, boost its speed to about 120, which will guarantee you to always go first against Aerodendus Maxima or Trichosaurus. But what you would want to do with Thor, it's a balance between attack and speed. Mostly go for attack though. Attack and health, I mean. You want to be able to pack a punch, but you also want to be able to take a punch as well. So balance it out a little bit. That's what I say with Thor. She's immune to swap prevention and vulnerability. So when it comes to stuff like Schoonosaurus, Sonosaurus, and the turtles, and stuff like that have superior vulnerability, and Trachodestus with superior vulnerability, she can take them down pretty easily because they won't be able to do too much of full damage hits on her. Now we come to the super croc of this game, Gripplith. If you guys have a Sarcoidosis problem, Gripplith can be pretty much up your alley. What you want to do is you always, no matter what you're going up against, even if a Fierce Strike could kill it, guys, do not, and I repeat, do not go for a Fierce Strike. Because what I've found is that when you put a Gribboleth in, what was that? Was that a message? Ooh, it was a message. What I found, it's probably talking, but I don't know. But what I found, guys, is when you put a Gribboleth in. When I switch my Gribboleth in, if somebody swaps out, which majority of the time they're resistant to swap prevention, when somebody swaps out, they'll usually swap into a Trichosaurus, who has counterattacks, which will hit you back. So, what you would want to do first, always go for Ferocious Defense. Get that shield up and get your attack up. Because with your attack goes your Rending attack. And the Rending attack can do some serious damage when your attack is boosted. If you ever bring Gribboleth into a raid, the raid I would advise using Gribboleth in would be the what's the only pretty much the only time you could use Gribboleth is in a unique or a what's the face raid. So the only raid I would really advise you using Gribboleth in would be the Smiling Enemies raid, because you can get hits off on it. However, I'm quite sure it's resistant to Rend because it's a boss. But yeah, hopefully they don't create an Ardentis Maximum raid, because that'll be a nightmare. But Gribboleth is a very good counter for a lot of things in the game. And what is she anyway? I feel like she's fierce. She's fierce and resilient, which is a very interesting counter. I mean, a combination. I would say she's resilient because she has a shield. But Ferocious Defense is a really good move that they gave it. Because Long Protection, if I gotta be honest with you guys, really wasn't doing too much for Gribboleth. But if you have Ferocious Defense, you can still go up against Resilient. That's why I said Resilient, because she can counter cunning creatures. If you have your Ferocious Defense up, guys, well, not really cunning creatures, but if you have your Ferocious Defense up, if something has just a straight distracting move, Gribboleth will still give it a full damage hit. A full damage, which means it's base damage hit, which is pretty awesome. Now, Utarenex. Utarenex is basically the best thing to start off a battle with. She has distraction. She has speed. She has an insanely high crit chance, 20% my ass. And she has a decent chunk of attack. That's not even a lot of attack boost that I put on Utarenex. At level 26 base attack, she has a 1,600 attack, which is a pretty penny of attack. So Utarenex is definitely one of those things that you will always want to use against things like a Magna Puritator, because she can, if you have this thing boosted in speed, which is what I do recommend putting on Utarenex, I recommend most of your boosts for Utarenex should go towards speed. But if you want to boost anything else, what time is it? What time is it? 11:07, so Dad will be home soon, so I gotta hurry up with this. If you want my advice on anything, guys, Utarenex. Sorry, I'm dehydrated. What did I say? Try to balance her. Make sure the speed is as much as you can do. But when it comes to attack and health, balance her out. Speed is what Utarenex's main thing is. If Utarenex can always be guaranteed to get the first hit in, and if you're lucky, even the second hit, then that's good. That's very good. So, that's what I think with Utarenex. Coming close to the end of this video, good lord, it's been a long one. So, if you guys want a counter for Early Dominus Indoraptor, Indominus Rex Gen 2, Indoraptor Gen 2, and Indominus Rex, there we go, then Deeratosaur is definitely your way to go. With anything, Deeratosaur is also an amazing thing to finish up a battle with. Want my advice? Everything you got into health for Deeratosaur. You want your Deeratosaur, if you're going up against something that doesn't have armor piercing or defense shattering capabilities, you want your Deeratosaur to tank hits. I'm talking tank hits. It's a better hit tanker than Trichosaurus. because it can hit you back with a full damage hit. So something that I found that Deoradisor is good at going up against, just for the stalling of it, is Mammalania. So if you guys have problems with Mammalania, have a full health Deoradisor will go up against it. You'll find that she'll what do you call it? Put a pretty big dent in it. Not all the time she'll kill it, but she'll put a pretty big dent in it. Now for my star of this game, Erlicospix. Erlicospix will pretty much almost always guarantee you the first kill of the battle. Unless you know, of course, Stegosaurus or something with armor. Erlicospix will either almost kill, well, pretty much kill it in the first or second turn, or almost kill it and set up for something else that you have. So when it comes to Erlicospix, boost the shit out of its attack and speed. It doesn't need its health. As long as you're faster than whatever you're going on against, you can always distract it, because all of its moves are distracting moves besides its mental sword strike. One of the best creatures in the game. Don't at me. Now, my personal favorite in this game, Miss Flaffy, is a very, very good counter for virtually almost everything in the game. Just give her a lot of health. That's it. You don't need to boost her attack. It would be a lot better if you did, but just do what I did. Balance the attack and health. I balanced the attack, but I floored a lot of it into health. I'm quite sure. Like it's tier 14 with health and tier 13. No, I did. I balanced it out with attack and health. Make sure you keep it at a balance, but make sure you give more towards the health, because Flaffy is just like a Erlicospix when it comes to distraction, and even then, she's good for countering stuff like smiling enemies. That's the best thing that I think. Like one of the best counters for smiling enemies is Diplomantator, because of her distraction, number one, and two, the fact that she has a defense shattering counterattack and defense shattering move. So if I was to go a complete different route and give my Diplomantator close to almost 2,000 attack, that would be insane, to say the least. Insane. Now, if you need something to switch in for a cheeky kill, or just want to be a bastard, Dracoceratops is right up your alley. There you go. Enough said. That's all I have to say about him. And now, to wrap up this video, she needs no introduction. This is one of the best creatures in the game. Somewhat easily countered now, but if you play her just right and give her the right amount of attack and health. If you want my advice, same thing with Flaffy. Balance her out. You want to lean, just like Flaffy, lean a lot more to health, because you want to be able to tank it. But which one have I gone crazy with? I feel like it might be health. No, it might be attack, actually. No, yeah, it's attack. So if you want my advice, level her up and give her a half amount of health, but give her a lot of attack, because with that health combined with that attack, basically is gonna be a pain in the ass for anything that's not a Thor or a Trichosaurus. And Ardentis Maxima, she's immune to stuns, so don't ever try to go up against her with a stunning creature. She's immune to speed reduction, so try to always be faster than it, and try to get something that's immune to speed decrease, like Aloraptor, which is why Aloraptor is a really good counter for this thing. But guys, it's immune to virtually everything except for bleed and crit reduction. Which even then, half of the time with these Ardentis Maximas, they don't even need crits, because they'll pretty much kill you all the time. So if you want my advice, play it right and use things that can dodge. Or use bleeders. Bleeders are the best thing that you can use against Ardentis Maxima. In the face of a bleeder, Ardentis Maxima is quivering in its boots. So guys, this has been tips and tricks with your boy. Oh man, that is going to be a pain in the ass when I go to work tomorrow. This has been tips and tricks with your boy. Guys, thank you to the person who had wanted this video, because I've always wanted to do a video like this. I just never had anybody who requested. Well, when I saw it, I was like, you know what, this is a perfect video opportunity. So I decided, why the hell not? And look at Arteta's back of his little head. So if you guys did enjoy this episode, please leave a like and comment and tell me what you guys thought about this episode. Because I enjoyed recording this. This was pretty fun. Just letting you guys know everything that goes on in my head. Everything that I think is going on with these creatures. And just from my experience with these creatures. And if you guys would like to see a part 2 referring to everything below the hybrids, leave a comment saying part 2. I better put part 1 in the intro, in the video title anyway. But yeah, that was tips and tricks with your boy. So if you guys did enjoy, and if you guys did find any of these tips and tricks useful, leave a like, comment. I love you all, and I will see you guys. I want to say tomorrow night, but I'm not making any promises. So I love you all. See you later. Bye.